Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I was talking about how I kind of understood and just I don't know, enlightenment, just a little glimpse of enlightenment. And I was nicer to people, and we smiled at each other as I let the women have the little stepping stones, and everything was just peachy. But like I say, I didn't feel anything else, no more enlightenment, and but my understanding was good. It was like the air was clear. I knew the purpose of being there. But I see we came the 10th day came, and it was the thing was over with, and everybody was so happy we could talk again. And boy, you talk about some bad breath. Ooh, when you don't talk, and I don't know. I guess we all should have thought about breath mints, but ooh, everybody was passing out breath mints. It was horrible. But during that time, I kind of named some of the women, named them different names, and I was telling them what their names were, and we kind of laughed and went on. But we were sitting at the table, and the fat girl, I had given her a name. I can't think of what it was. But she talked, and the skinny girl was sitting next to her, and they were all just talking. And she asked me, did she make a lot of noise? And I said, yeah, you did. And she said, this is my lover. She would sneak in my room every night. And we would even sneak out to my car and sneak a cigarette. And I said, y'all did? So I said, so every night y'all were having sex? She said, oh, yeah. So I said, well, why did y'all come to this camp? And I think they drove from, I want to say El Paso. That's a long drive. I said, why would y'all do that? She said they did this every year. And she said it just brought something into their life to do this. And I just shook my head. I said, why would you torture yourself? Maybe it was just the idea of sneaking. I don't know what. They were younger white girls, but oh, I said, yeah. But anyway, the head guru, he was going to call, I think it was 10 people he was going to call to have a private session with him. And I was just saying, oh, God, I hope he don't call me. Please don't. And I was in that bunch. I said, oh, God, I don't want to talk to this man. So anyway, we had to line up outside his apartment. I guess him and his wife had an apartment inside of there. But everybody, the 9, 10 people, had to line up outside of his apartment. And so everybody that came out, they were happy and just, seemed like he just told them something that was just, so revealing. And they all had a book, and they was talking about this book that he had written, and he was going to give everybody a book. So it was my turn to go in. And he was sitting on the sofa in a lotus position, and he had a pillow on the floor. And he said, you sit here. I looked at that pillow, and I told him, I said, I'm not sitting on the floor between your legs. I said, you get me a chair. I'm not sitting there. And he looked, and he said, you sit here. And his wife, I guess she knew I wasn't going to back down, so she hurried up and got me a chair and put it in front of him. And I sat in a chair, and we talked about nothing. It was so much nothing till I can't even tell you how much nothing it was. And I remember him saying something about I hadn't learned what I was supposed to learn. And he left a question. And he said when he came back, he wanted me to have an answer. So he gets up off the sofa and walks away. And I said to myself, no, this man didn't put me in some kind of time out thing. And I just sat there, and his wife knew I was getting angry, and she mentioned something and tried to talk a little bit. And I kind of calmed down a little bit, and I said, well, just don't lose everything you got here because of this ignorant man. And so I asked her about the dot. I asked her about how long had she had that tattoo or the dot in her forehead. And she said, I just got this one today. And I said, what, today? And this woman peels this dot off. And when she peeled it off, I fell out laughing. And I said, yeah, I be damn. I thought that was a tattoo you had since you was a baby. And we laughed, and she shushed me. She said, shh, be quiet. And she went in her purse. She had the cutest little purse. And she pulled out makeup and a whole bag of tattoos. She had some red ones and some black ones. And she said, this is for you. And then she put a red dot on my forehead and showed me a mirror. And I liked it. And we just had so much fun. But here comes Mr. Grunchy ass. He comes back in and asked me, had I learned did I have an answer? And I told him, no, I didn't have an answer. I said, it would take more time for me to have an answer. And I asked him, did he understand anything? And he frowned up, and he told me to go back to my cell. That's what they call me, go back to your room. And I said, before I go back, give me my book. And he threw his robe. He said, I don't have any, I have no more books. And he threw his robe over the pile of books that was sitting on the sofa. He thought I didn't see him. I said, you don't have any more books? And he said, no, I have no books. I said, you're a damn lie. I said, though you covered him up with your robe. And oh man, I guess nobody ever told him about himself. And he quickly moved the robe and here, you go back to your cell. And I just got the book. I said, thank you. And I walked out. But the people that were standing outside the wall in the hall asked me how was it, and this fat white girl, she said, I know she told him off. I said, I sure did. I call him a damn lie. He said he ain't have no more of these damn books, and I said, hell, I don't even want one. Here, you take it. And I gave her the book and went on back to my room. And we continue to enjoy ourselves, and it seemed like the food, I believe they cook more food, or the people that were there wasn't as greedy because there were plenty of food. I don't understand that. We had been fighting for food, and the 10th day was so much food, and then everybody was going home, and I was just praying that my youngest son would come and pick me up early because I'm standing at the gate out there with the cows with my luggage waiting on him, and I end up being the last one to leave. And here come the big guru and his wife. They driving off, and he said I must have really enjoyed myself because I'm still here. I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay here. And he said we needed more time. I said, yeah. I said, because you don't know black people. I'm probably the first black woman you had experiences with. And he nodded. He said, yes. He said, because he only came on the dissertation for Hindu people. I said, I don't know Hindu people. I said, but I'll never forget you. And he said he wouldn't forget me. I told him I hope I didn't leave a bad impression. But even if it is bad, it's me. It's not all black women. I said, but the majority of us, we do not. And we're not angry. We just don't want anybody to take advantage of us and treat us like kids. And he said he understood, and he smiled, and they drove off. And then my son Tony come driving up, and I said, "Boy, what took you so long? I was ready to get out of here." He said, "Mama, I was gathering my matches and my gasoline to burn this place down. I didn't know if everything was okay." So that's the end of that story with my Vipassana visit. The only reason why I went because three friends had told me how enlightening the place was and how good the food was and how closer you just all good stuff. But like I say, I took the wrong dissertation and it was I can't say it was a disaster because I did learn something, but I just don't remember what I learned. I got a story, that's all. I got a story out of it, but it was right before I went to New Zealand, and I thought I would do it so I could be adjusted to being away from my family. But New Zealand was a beautiful trip, but when Katrina came and I wanted to come back home, but my friend wanted me to stay, and I told her, I said, no, I'm going home. I'm not going to relocate to New Zealand. And she finally understood, I wasn't going to be au pair or whatever. She had something planned for me, and I just wasn't going to do that. I didn't come over here to babysit and help her get her husband in line because he was a lot like this guru. I ended up having to tell him where to get off because he would do her so bad. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" This woman, we had taken an 8-hour trip the whole weekend to the South Island of New Zealand, and she drove all the way because I wasn't driving on the wrong side of the road. Don't even try it. And we got back, and she was tired, and he had been home all weekend. And we come in the door, he fussing about how he hadn't eaten. And she didn't even pull off her coat. She started rustling and washing dishes that he'd have messed up all weekend and trying to find him something to eat. Before I knew it, I thought I was at home in Dallas. I went, what the hell? This woman just got through driving. I said, if you don't get your ass in there and fix her something to eat and get you married, no. I said, no, you're not finna cook for him. You pull your coat off and rest. And next thing I noticed, this African man was in there washing dishes, and he had fixed us some food. And I said, that's the way it's supposed to go, brother. You got it wrong. And he laughed. He said, how long did you say you were going to be here? I said, I'm going home next week now. Shoot. But you going to learn a lesson. Hell, you're not going to talk to her like that. But I got my bossy ass on back home. But Gertrude, she and old boy, they end up getting divorced. She tried her best to save her marriage, but you can't save something that's already gone. I tried to save my marriage, and yeah, and I said, "Ooh, what in the world?" I don't try to do stuff like that. I've been with the man I'm with now for over 20 years, and but we don't dare live together. No way. And I'm not thinking about marriage or nothing else. Oh God, I love sleeping in my own bed. It's just oh no. But anyway, I didn't intend to talk about that. But the Vipassana, and they have them all over the country and all over the world too. But you have to really, I don't know. And you don't even have to do that. You can meditate at home. That's what I learned about that. You don't have to go to no 10-day meditation camp and learn how to be a beggar to hear your God self within. You don't have to do that. Nah. But if that's the route you want to go, then you go. It's kind of like black people sang a song, I'm going up the rough side of the mountain trying to get home. I'm not trying to go up the rough side. I'll go around the mountain or through it, but I'm not going up it. I'm going to take the easy way out. And that's what I'm looking for, something easy. Anyway, that's all the videos I'm gonna make for a long time. Bye bye.